Welcome to Reforged Eden for Empyrion Galactic Survival. And we're starting in the hangar deck of the Janus, and we're still parked next to the drone base that we were taking down in the last part. And what I want to start is give you an update with respect to the mission. You can see it's on the right hand side, and at the end of the video we had to go to the ruined tank to speak to Khaled, but he wasn't there. And I got a feeling that the mission has glitched out, but I'm not too upset about that, simply because I took a look at Spange's video where he completed the mission and he was able to talk to Khaled in the ruined tank. And what happened is that he got all the update and a little bit of information about an ocean planet. Then he got a message from Vermilion saying that this mission is to be continued. So at the moment, as far as I can tell, unless any of you guys know different, this mission is still very much a work in progress. I know it's easy to get upset about that, but it is quite a big mission. So I'm quite happy to wait until Vermilion extends it. I think it'd be quite an interesting mission to do in the future, especially once it's completed. It's also worth noting that with the 1.8 update coming out, and the fact that there will be an update to Reforged Eden for 1.8 as well, there's a possibility that mission may actually get extended at that time. Now, what I want to do in this part is we're going to come down, we're going to take down the oxygen depot as promised, because there's a nice reserve of oxygen here. But I've also been thinking a little bit about the way forward, because I mean I could probably spend the next 5 parts on this planet here, because we've got some theta abandoned workshop, we've got an outpost over here which could be quite good to do. We've got a Polaris trading station, because of course this is the starting area, because of course Ningus is a starter planet. But part of me wants to just do a little bit of tidying up. I want to go and do a bit of trading to sell the leather that I've been lugging around for a long time in the Polaris station. I also want to pick up some water, because one advantage of a planet like this is we can actually mine piles and piles of ice chunks. Actually, it's not water. And then I think it's about time to push off and go to a different planet, because I'm kind of, I mean, I've spent, well, I'm on part 40 now. We've spent 40 parts in this system, so I am thinking about moving on. But what I will say, guys, if any of you feel that any of these beta planets are worth visiting, feel free to chuck it in the comments and we'll take a look at it before we leave. Otherwise, what we'll be doing probably in the next part is moving on. Before we go down to the oxygen depot, I just want to give you a bit of an update. What I've been doing off camera is taking down this drone base. I don't think there's always some. I don't think there'll be anything left in that, but we'll just check. I thought I'd got everything. You can see there's not much left now. I've got all the key stuff out. And what I've been doing is scrapping this down like that. And whoops. See, pick this up, it's all junk anyway. And then what I've been doing is putting that in the workshop, and I'll just give you an update of where I am. We'll start with the Scorpion. Put it on there. There's the Scorpion, Reforged Scorpion. You see we've got all the resources for it. The only thing we haven't got is the small upgrade kits. I've got 1, but I still need to find 2 more for that. Now if we go back to the charger, show you this. We've got virtually all the resources for the charger, but I'm not sure I can make 56 small optronics bridges at the moment. But I am very tempted to build this, simply because it would give me something that I can knock down POIs. And then what I'll do is I'll revert the Merlin to a reconnaissance SV. And then if we come to here, where is it? Gone past it. Got the Matic Mark II. If I show you that, this is why I looted down the drone base. You can see we're getting pretty close. The only area where we're really short at the moment is Estrum and Zarkosia. And of course the other problem is we've got to make 56 large optronics bridges and 20 large optronics matrices. So We're going to have to try and find some gold, which is another reason why I'd like to go to the trading center. So that's the current situation. Actually, just offload this into here. Put this, get rid of that. Put this in the trade thing. Actually, if you just go back to there, you just see I've got about 1,031 ice chunks. That sounds a lot, but oops, it's not really, because if I just empty this out, got it, simply because what I'm doing to try and stretch my fuel as far as all the promethium as far as possible is I'm now making promethium hydra cells, and to do that we need hydrogen bottles, and we need 5 water containers to make 1 hydrogen bottle, and to make one of these we need 20 hydrogen bottles. So we're going to go through this ice chunks very quickly. So that's the reason why before we leave this planet I really want to stock up on some ice chunks. And as you can see here, I've actually got an advanced repair bay, and the reason for that is that I don't know if you guys noticed. I mean, I must admit I didn't notice until after I finished the video that when I jumped in here I wasn't getting any benefit from warming up. It still stayed cold, and the reason for that is I actually had a hole in the floor. So when I was attacking, I must have blown a hole in the floor. So I needed to repair the ship. So I thought, oh, why not? Let's just put in a repair bay. I think somebody posted a comment about the fact that I should have an advanced repair bay in, and I did it. But if I turn the light on, you'll see that I've got an inconsistency at the moment. I thought I'd saved the template, but this side is actually different to this side. And I thought about replacing the symmetry, but I thought, well, why not? This gives me a quick access point into here should I need to get in very quickly. So I'm quite happy with the situation where it is, and I have now saved the template. Now, because I put this repair bay in, I've had to put another improved extender in. So that means that just CPU wise now I've got about 140 CPU to play with in the Janus. So if I need to upgrade the thrusters. Also, what I've got here, and I'll be honest, I can't remember if it is, but I've put an improved extender in here because the CPU was low when I checked it before I did the repair, but I couldn't remember whether the improved CPU extender was already in the ship. But anyway, it's in there now, and again, if I show you here, we've now got 100%. We've got about 6,000 to play with in the SV. I think that covers about everything we need to do. Oh yeah, one thing. Big thank you for the person who posted the reminder saying that what I need to do if we're going to attack the oxygen depot is to switch missions so that we can get the benefit of killing some Xerax. Oh, a bit of an apology if my voice sounds a bit raspy, is we are moving into kind of late spring and the allergy season has started. Although so far this year it's not been too bad, mainly because we seem to have a lot of rain at the moment. Considering we're in June, it doesn't feel like June at the moment. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the Janus down. We've got to be a bit careful. We can't wander too far because we've got still got some hostile bases around here. I don't really want to spend too much time clearing out these bases because at the end of the day all I'm getting is low-level loot, and what I'd like to do is start trying to get into some of the better quality loot. Is probably the best way to say it. So we'll just bring the ship down here and here, turn the thrusters off. Oh, the other thing I want to check, something occurred to me. 319. It's a little bit bashed up, but I don't think it. I think I can live with that. Well, in theory, I should be able to live with it. We're just going to come down here, and we need some food. Just come here. We can just eat the fried vegetables. One of those. She got some ribs as well. For some reason I've got some. It's going to annoy me, so put that there. And I say the ship should be in range. Well, why have we got that in there? Have that in for cure for thermal burns in there. In fact, I think I'm going to do a quick. What we got food wise, we didn't. Surprisingly, we don't have that good food, but we'll do maybe make a couple of cheeseburgers. About med wise, make one of those. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Probably a couple of those and a couple of those. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bandages. The reason I did that is that one of the things that can catch you out is that if you're fighting continuously, you can get to a point where you're using medication, and then suddenly you get in the heat of a battle and you realize that all your medication has been used up. So what I like to do occasionally is top up the medication. Now the way into the oxygen depot, there's a landing point at the top. There's also a door in the side which actually gives you a lot closer access to the actual core. The only trouble is I can't remember what side it's on. It's just here. Now there's a chance we're going to get quite a hot reception, so put the ship there. We've got a bit of fire support should we need it. We're going to go in this way. Check the weapon system to reload. Now, because this is a relatively small base, we've woken everybody up, so we're gonna have to do it this way. I think we're just going to do a bit of a recon. I remember the general layout of this oxygen terminal, but I can't remember where the turrets are. And I know that there are a few nasty turrets in here. We've got an entrance here. This is the way to the core. But I'm sure that there used to be a tunnel out the sideways going round that kind of created a back door into the. Maybe it's not. Have to go in the front way. Sentry gun up there. Get rid of you. Now the core is in there. Cannot access. Ah. You're bleeding. Get your health back on. Reload. Now, almost certain that there's a... I knew I should have looked up, shouldn't I? We need to flip that switch and that. Bandage. Can't get back to the ship to use the med station. You've got to flip the switches. We got... Remember to look up this time. And I think there's a switch behind this door here. Oh, this is the passageway that I was trying to remember. There's like a... Yeah, that's the passageway that goes round and up. So yeah, you kind of got a kind of walkway like this. Oh, look at that. Pick this up while we're looking at it. Auger, not the auger, Janus, sorry. Structure in. We'll certainly pick up that. Titanium. Meds, we've got a kit. And that can go in the trade station. And anything else in here? No, we're going to get the oxygen. There's always a lot of oxygen in space. We're just up that. Ammunition controller. Oh, we got a hollow sight pistol. Absolutely no idea what that will be, but we'll take that with us. I don't know if I've picked one of those up before. Building supplies. Turrets are disabled now. Just in case that... Oh, what am I doing that for? There's the door there. This, I think that goes up to the way up around the top. So, oh, look at that. We got some ice chunks. Take that. Some food. And put that in food and meds. So we'll just go along here. More ice chunks. More food. I think it'd be easier just to put everything in general supplies and then we'll just sort it out. Indigestion tablets, hydrogen bottles, very useful. Nutrient solution. Hang on, what we got in the centre here? Some thermal bits and pieces. You know. I could call this and effectively turn the actual weapons on the against the actual defenders, but be up here? Nope. Obviously they didn't spawn up here. And we've got some undelivered cargo. certainly going to want those windows that can go in the... What's on the top here, we've got some more loot boxes. Probably won't be much in here, so we can just go straight to... Got that there. That up. Lithium plates. And I think that covers everything up here. I don't think there's anything else up here. Of course, we destroyed the turrets that are up here. Just to double check where Janus constructor in up to that. Drop that into there. That can go in food while I'm looking at it. What we'll do is we'll just clear out the loot boxes as we go down so that I know what they where they are. Oh. Just to double check. Oh, there's something in here. Some emergency oxygen. I don't recall you up. Oh, we'll certainly take that. And general supplies, some more oxygen. Switch. Take the generators. Not going to take the oxygen just yet. 955 fuel. And we'll scrap out the... Why can't I take the oxygen? Ah, do you mean I've got to core it to get the oxygen? Well, we'll do that. It's not like I'm short of... Oh, oops. Well, we got oxygen wise manage that 15,184. We'll take that. Something tells me we're not going to have a shortage of oxygen. Actually, I've just got a bit of a thought. Cancel that. Building supplies, where are you? You to there. Assume we've gone to the trouble of doing this. We're gonna... we're getting cold. Okay. Just take these. Dash round here. Get into the ship because of course the base is not powered on anymore. And what I'm going to do is put a small generator and get rid of half of those. Got large fuel tanks. Take 2 of those, half of those. And not seeing anything else that we can use, and I'm just going to shove this up into the library. It's just simply to try and keep everything moving forward. Actually, what I do need, let's get back in here. The ammunition control, yeah, I thought I'd noticed that if we got the Merlin, put you in there, and Janice, and raw food, we'll put that in there because I need some of that to make some meds. Supplies, is it? Don't need that many fuel cells. We leave that number in there. And off we go again. You would deconstruct these because, oh, they were armored. Oh, well, the way it is. 3 blocks. Anything else? Run round. Very, very quick run round. I don't really want to spend too long on this. We do want the windows, because they can go in the workshop. With the consoles, take those out. I don't really need the standard steel blocks now because I can't put them in the workshop. So I think, oops, I've come down on the wrong side. Just get over to, just get into the Merlin. Quick bunny hop. And then we'll just pull off some of the, actually we'll just salvage, I think. Quick look around. And we've got titanium plates. I think, I'm not sure if I've got all the titanium layer. Actually, yeah, let's just go. We'll just retrieve blocks then. Consoles. I think we've got everything, most things of value, so we'll just salvage out the core again. Oh, look at that. These are just steel plates. I don't want to waste your time, guys, messing about with that. So what we'll do is just get back to the gas. That's the oxygen depot done. And we'll leak into here. Oh, thrusters off. Again, we'll just a little bit of a sort out. Janus module supply. Janus. That's all that. Structure in. And empty all this out. Food and meds. And that can go into raw food. Oops. This one. Put that there. This can go into construction. That can go in. That can go in. And we'll just put most things like this in building supplies. Got some trade goods here as well. Go down there. Get rid of you. I think we'll put the hologram pistol in there. But every multi-tool, we've got the ammunition can go in there. Got some templates, we've got oxygen, we've got that there. Okay, we're looking good. Actually, we'll just put that in there as well, so it's a bit more consistent. And I've just noticed I've overlooked another one like that. Right. Buildings. How many titanium plates have I got? 2,000. I think I'd like to keep that there. So if we go to building supplies, can't put the, oops, we've got some stuff in here as well. I think the rest, I mean, we've got a warp drive, but I've kind of been hanging on to that in case I need it. We've got advanced constructor, we've got a small constructor, we've got got some steel blocks we can't put in the workshop. Oh, we got loads of these things. Actually, we'll probably put virtually all of them in, actually. Anything else? We got some hardened steel blocks. I think we can put those in as well, just to lighten the ship down a bit. Where's the O2 tanks? Some large RCSs, which I'm probably not going to use, so put those in as well. And I think that's about it. So pop this in. And that. So we're getting very close with the titanium and the silicon. And the cobalt. So it's just the estrin and zirconium that could be a bit of a problem. Right, now before we leave here, I just want to give you a quick demo about snow mining. We come out of here. Again, we've got to be a bit careful that we don't go too far. But what we should be able to do is let's crush stone. What we've got to do is find somewhere where the snow is quite thick. It's a bit crazy because when I was over here, maybe it's that's it. Get into the icy chunks now. So you get more ice when you're actually below the surface. Actually, look at that. It's almost like the substrate is ice, with a bit of rock over the top. So what you actually got is permafrost. I think that's just see if we can get out of here now. So, whoops, disentangle ourselves, and just to show you, the auger harvest controller. Yeah, we got 1,000 ice bits and pieces with a little bit of stone. That gets us back to 1,600. I'd like to get a lot more, but I will do that off camera. So we're just going to get back into the thing. Yeah. Power off. I'm not sure. Storm defense. Got to have a little bit of a look around to see if there's anything that could be worth looking at. To be honest, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. As I say, in the next part, we will probably move on to another system. And what I'll do is a little bit of work off camera, maybe looting down a few places. I will go to the Polaris base over here and do the trading. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.